Hey, what's up? It's Angel from Club Bilingue Toastmasters, here again to share with you some tips on public speaking mastery. Now, one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, what do I do when I panic before giving a speech, when my body or my mind goes into panic mode and I find myself either not being able to speak or not being able to take the opportunities that are presented to me to speak? Well, in order to answer the question, first of all, we need to understand what happens when you go into panic mode. Now, as children, I've already mentioned that we're only born with two natural fears. One is the fear of loud noises, and two is the fear of drops, fear of heights. Every other fear that we encounter later on in our life is a learned fear. So, what is this panic about speaking in public? Well, let me explain. At some point in your life, you made a connection where speaking in public equals danger to my ego, danger to self, some form of danger. And in your mind, inside your brain, it triggers a panic mode. And you know you're panicking because A, you find yourself hesitating. You feel like you're pressing up against the wall and you can't move forward. You can't do the things that you know that you need to do. And two, you feel it physiologically. Your heart starts beating faster, your sweat pouring down the front of your forehead, your breathing becomes more shallow, and your voice starts to pitch up a little bit, and it sounds weird. It sounds really weird. Your hands are shaking. It's a disaster. And why? Why? Are you going up in front of a firing squad? Is someone going to shoot you, kill you, punch you in the jaw? No. It's talking in front of an audience. So, what do you need to do in order to get past this faulty programming? Because that's all it is. It is faulty programming. Well, first of all, you want to know thy enemy. When you feel yourself going into panic mode, the next time you feel yourself going into a panic mode, what I want you to do is step back and immediately start writing down every single excuse, every single thought that goes inside your mind. I want you to take pen to paper. Think, what am I thinking right now? What are the disaster scenarios? What are the scary thoughts that are happening? Write them all down. Then, number two, next time you have the opportunity to speak in public and you don't feel like doing it, I want you to violate that internal voice inside. I want you to just get the attitude of, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And take one step to the lectern, another, and another, baby step, baby step, baby step forward, until you get up to the front and you've reached the point of no return. You can't turn back. You have to speak. You have no other option. Or even if it's just getting up a little bit, getting up a little bit, getting up a little bit, tiny, tiny, inch by inch up. I'm up now. I have to speak. I have no other option. I no longer have the option to shut up and sit down. And understand, when you go back and read your panic notes, understand that these are your thoughts and that you are not your thoughts. The reason that I'm asking you to write these down on paper is so that you begin the process of disconnecting your thoughts from your self-identity. Words mean things. When you are feeling scared and you say, I am afraid. When you're feeling mad and you say, I am angry. Are you the personification of fear? Are you the personification of anger? Are you the end-all, be-all of this emotion? When you open up the dictionary, do you see a picture of yourself next to the word anger? No, because you are not anger. You are not fear. You are not panic. You can feel these emotions, but those emotions are not you. You need to step back from the emotion, become the observer. Observe the emotion as it's happening in second person and realize that you are not that fear, which is why you need to write these down on paper. Become the observer of the fears. 1. 2, develop the attitude of let's see what's going to happen. Become a scientist. Become an explorer in your own life. Challenge your own boundaries by saying, let's see what happens, and go through. Baby steps, inch by inch, closer, closer, and blank out your mind. Do you remember the first time you dove into a pool? Do you remember the first time you got on the bike and made it work? Your mind goes blank for a second. And all of a sudden, it's like everything becomes still for just a moment, and then you go over the point, over the edge of no return, and you're doing the thing, and you're feeling excited, and you're feeling the adrenaline, and it's working for you. The same thing is going to happen to you for public speaking. Every opportunity that you get, you need to just find yourself getting up, standing, opening your mouth, and talking, and get past that point of resistance. Then, afterwards, you need to commit those thoughts to paper. You need to journal these thoughts and look at it, read it, become the observer. And what's going to happen once you do that, once you separate yourself from the emotion, is you're going to realize that all that stuff, you made it up. It was all inside your mind. It was never real. At some point in your life, someone told you to sit down and shut up. At some point in your life, someone told you not to talk loudly, not to impose your sounds from your mouth on other people. Somebody taught you to be afraid to speak. But you know what? If you want to get any better at this, if you want to learn to play the game at the highest level, you need to be comfortable imposing your reality on other people. You need to be comfortable standing up, speaking loud, and having people look at you because you're the one that's drawing their attention. You need to be comfortable imposing you on others. Until you can find your comfort zone in that, you're not going to be able to improve. But once you've done it a few times, you're going to realize that people actually like it. People like what you have to say. And even if they don't, they're interested or inspired or annoyed, whatever, it doesn't matter. Nothing bad happens when you impose yourself on other people's realities as far as public speaking. You need to do this. You need this for your growth. There's no turning back. You need this as a speaker, as a communicator, as a leader. You need this for yourself, so go out and do it. And remember, stick with the program. Even when it gets tough, keep doing it. Don't give up. Stay with it, and remember that you can do it.